Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is an unboxing of two kits. I don't normally build this scale, 1/48 scale, but there's a reason why I'm building it in this scale. As you might know, my son is in the military, he's in the Royal Marines, 4/5 Commando, and he's just recently been passed the driving test for the Jackal. So he's usually on the 50 cal on the back, but he's also the driver now as well. So I've been trying to get a kit, a 1/35 scale kit for years, and I don't think anybody builds one, so I was just hanging out to see if anybody would build one, or make one I should say. I was just talking to my good friend Joe Bentley from Joe's Model Kits, and within the next couple of days this landed on my doorstep from Joe. He can give me the crew. That's an Airfix. I haven't built an Airfix kit since I built that last ship when I first got back into the model. So in honour of Joe, I shall build this for my son and tell him where it all came from. So we'll have a look at these boxes in a minute. I also, when I was in a shop called B&M's in the local area, and my wife found this. It's actually a chopping board, but it's bamboo. It's quite solid, so I'm going to use that as the base. I'm just going to do maybe a bit of Daz clay, something on there, a bit of greenery, nothing too much, and hopefully I can find a nice, lid to put on top with perspex lid. I know there's places where they make them on the internet, so I might do that. So that's the first thing I bought. Well, my wife found it and bought it for me, I should say. So we'll have a look at these 1/48 scale kits. We'll start off with the figures. There's my knife, it's here. So this will be an interesting build, to say the least. So my son doesn't know anything about this yet, because he's in America at the moment, so if I do this unboxing he will see it, hopefully. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got. I'll just put my knife to again. So I've never built 1/48 scale since I was probably a child, so it'll be interesting to say the least. Right, so let's have a look at these little figures. Let me just move my laptop out of my father. And I have to say this, they're quite good actually. They're very good. Lovely detail. So my figure work isn't the best. There's a few seam lines down there, which is a bit touch of flash on there, but we can always get them to scrape them down with a knife as normal. Most figures do have a seam line running down them, but if you have a look at them quite closely, let me just move this light a bit above here like this, be able to see better. So there's nothing wrong with those at all. The detail is quite good. So figures aren't my forte, but I'll give them a go. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 8 figures. Most of their stuff is actually moulded onto it. The detail is pretty good. You can see about the seam lines. You just have to rub them off with a knife. Scrape them down, that shouldn't be a problem. Got the little the weapons there. 1, 2, 3. Interesting indeed. So let's have a look at the instructions. Shouldn't be too. They probably aren't Royal Marines, but they're they're just says vehicle crew, so I can always ask David. So it gives all the colours of his rig, as he calls it. So what we got here, it's basically straightforward, as you can see, in booklet form. Nothing too exciting. And then with a fire extinguisher, it looks like a jack with the bits and pieces. One that's, yeah, they're all individual. Make them all up and it tells you how to position them into the Jackal. Can we see that? Sorry, a bit too far out, aren't we? There we are, into the front of the Jackal. And just positioning of the figures really into the Jackal. Again with other parts. That was a 30 cal on the top. Is it 30 cal? Don't know what that one is. I'm unsure. I'll have to ask my boy. We've got the 50 cal on the back, so he should be used to that. He's usually the one that does that. And then we have, well, this is a nice touch from Airfix. I've never seen this before with an Airfix. Mind you, I haven't built an Airfix kit for years. Got a colour call out, which is nice. Not basic, but it's there. Not bad at all. And you've got the sample desert palm camouflage pattern, sample European camouflage, and sample of European MTP camouflage pattern. I shall have to ask him what all those mean. But I'm sure he'll let me know. But yeah, it's we'll do the similar ones around the Land Rover as well. Similar figures. Very nice indeed. That was a nice surprise. That I just give it not much thought. I was we're just talking at the door, and within a couple of days, there's a parcel knocking at my door. And this was the contents of it. Right, let's get to the actual Jackal itself. Okay, it's a nice artwork again. Let me just yeah, not bad. It's not a nice artwork that. I mean, say it's a 1/48 scale, which is something I've been building for a long time. And the kit number there is AD5301. Operation Herrick, Afghanistan, it says on there. So if anybody's ex-military, they'll know about all that. They've served in Afghanistan for the UK. Yeah, I'll show you the quick number again. There is AD or AO, sorry, AO5301. That's 148 Supercat Jackal. And then on the as typical what they do with Airfix, you have to tip the box upside down, and there's just the bit of info there. It was developed by Supercat at their facility in Devon. There we go. 6.5 tons roughly. Grenade launch and everything else, and a 7.62 GPM G. There's just a colour call out for them. On the other side of it we just have the normal, again just the history of what we had on the other side, but all foreign languages. And the back, which Airfix never used to do when I was a kid, it's basically advertising their Airfix club, which I'm sure I used to be a member when I was a kid. I'm sure I was. I think I've got the badge somewhere still. Yeah, collecting the stamps and things like that off the kits and all that kind of malarkey. But yeah, I have, say when I was a child, everything basically was Airfix or Matchbox. I think they were probably the only two, or I think was it Revell probably as well. But majority of their kits were Airfix that I used to build the planes and the ships. And never built a lot of armour until I came back into the hobby, and now I'm hooked on armour. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got inside this box. I'm just going to move that little piece. I lost that last night and now I've found it. So that can go back in there. If you're not looking for something, you'll find it. Right, so there's quite a bit of plastic in here. We've got one large bag and the instructions and the decals. So we'll do the plastic last, we'll do the decals. And they look quite nice actually, and they're not very, there's not a lot of, in fact I can't really see any around the edges of the decals of carrier film. And they're not very shiny, which is a good start, but obviously there's not a great deal of decals on them, like the number plates and other bits and pieces. So that's a nice little start. And we'll I'll just pop that over there for now. Same with the instructions again. It's folded up, but it is actually, oh, what we got in there. That's just about the Airfix club. I'll pick it up after. Obviously we've got a bit of information in British, French, German, Egyptian, God knows, and Swedish, Switzerland, wouldn't have a clue. Bit of information on that, and then what we have again, Dutch and everything else, all sorts on there, and obviously the assembly icons on there, and then we're starting off with what looks like part of the wheel assembly and suspension. Very straightforward, nice diagrams, nice and clear. Nice, I know they're not exactly in squares, but they're all broken up nicely with a clear black mark around each section. Fairly straightforward build. And then we start with the lower hub. So the chassis at the bottom is then connected to the top of the chassis, top of the upper hull. Again, we're starting to build that. All these little bits and pieces. I have to get my boy to. So I might take it up because I'm going to see him. He's coming back from America very shortly. We're off to see him. We'll be on Thursday this week for a few days in Scotland. So I might take this kid up with me and get time maybe build it with him if he's got time, or ask him some information about it. And then there again we're carrying on more upper hull stuff like exhaust there. I'm not too sure what they are. Seats, yeah, they're seats and bits and bobs. Wheel assembly again. Underneath you've got the rear, which was done first, and then the front. Bottom of the chassis again, sorry, the bottom of the hull again on top of that. All nicely, as I say, nicely broken down into nice, chunks, so we're not going to be overly in your face. And I do like this idea where the actual part is just slightly faded, and the parts you're putting on are in more bold, more black. So again, all nice and simple, self-explanatory. I don't know what half the parts are, but I'm sure I shall find out. All nice and straightforward, which I do like. Interesting to build an Airfix kit again for all those years. All broken. There's a lot of sections, but they're all, nothing too much of them. Some of them's only got one part to stick on, but even so, a lot of sub-assemblies there, and then they're added, to the upper hull. And carrying on again with the centre ring there for the big 50 cal on the back, and there was the 50 cal. I might have to see what it looks like in the kit. Maybe they get an aftermarket one if it doesn't look particularly good. But can't complain with that. And then we have the end result. There we go, the end result. Oh, it looks quite a detailed little kit, to be perfectly honest, for 1/48 scale. Very interesting. And then on the back again, unlike this, that we have the colour call out again for the Supercat Jackal, and I bet they're all in Humbrol as usually. The Supercat HMT vehicle is designed by Supercat, managed under a license from Lockheed Martin. Now they used to build planes, didn't they? Lockheed Martin was the name of a plane, if I'm not mistaken. Additional spare black stripes are provided to make your own markings. Oh, right. I'll have to ask him what markings he was using, so I can get them. So yeah, that's quite a nice touch. I like the colour call out on there. So let's have a look what we've got in this large bag of screws. All them together. This is the only thing I don't like about a lot of kit manufacturers, is they bundle them all in a mini half for one. Lovely kits, but you seem to get a lot of pieces breaking off. Right, let's have a look at this. I'm very impressed, I have to say. I don't know all this kit is, does it say? I'll find out in a minute. That's not bad detail at all, actually. Another 50 cal's only 1/48 scale, but I've seen a lot worse. I don't know if I have a small enough drill to drill those out. I can try, but I'll have a look. It's not bad at all. The detail is pretty good, to be perfectly honest. There's the rear with the lights and things like that. There's the ring for the 50 cal. And there's no injection marks where I can see where there shouldn't be. And what injection marks are there at the back. So that's nice. Very nice. That must be one of the front or something like that. There again, it's got nice detail. Bolt heads and things like that. Right, and then we've got some wheel assembly, obviously the tyres. Now there isn't a seam line around them at all, that's part of the design of the tyre. But they're not bad at all. They're quite nicely detailed again for 1/48. You know, I wouldn't have thought there'd be that much detail on 1/48, but yeah, can't argue with that. Let's see if you can't. I don't know if it's a seam line. To me, I don't think it is. I'm not too sure. I probably will be. I'll have to check. But sometimes they have the tire tread like that. I'll have to have a look. And then we have. Don't ask me what these parts are. I wouldn't have a clue. But they're nicely detailed anyhow. Again, and then we have. Sorry, we have the seats there. There's 4 seats. Bucket seats and a lot of little bits and pieces again. Looks at the dashboard, which is, I tell you what, it's not bad, a little detail. I wonder if there's a decal, aftermarket decals that you could get. ATML 00200 sprue B. That's unusual. Usually has Airfix written on them, don't they, sometimes? There's no date. But yeah, detail is fine. It really is fine, there's nothing wrong with that detail. And then we have the main, sort of the hull and the chassis at the bottom and the upper hull. So it's not a massive vehicle, as you can see. It'll be big enough, but the detail again is nice. So obviously these injection marks is all going to be covered up with the build. Again, I'll turn this round in a minute. Get to the correct side. Yep, and the detail again. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong side there. That was underneath. The detail on that. That's superb. That's the obviously the design they were to help with any landmines or anything like that. Deflected outwards. Reinforced. Lovely detail again on the little bolt heads or rivets or whatever they are. Bolt heads, I would have thought. And again, look at the detail, it's really, really nice. There's a side. One side, there's the other. I'll probably just build this straight out of the box. I probably will do. Steering wheel there. It's a very important part, Les. that you actually use when you got a vehicle with a steering wheel. It helps you to steer. But yeah, detail is really, really good. It's excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Bentley. That is superb. So, yeah, so that'll be a different build for me. We're on 1/48. And I say it'll be a special. It will be a special build, obviously, because Joe sent me it, and it's for my son. So you can take that with him wherever he goes. So I think we'll call that the end of this little update. So I've got a bit more on the whippet done. I'll be another upload of that coming very, very soon. I think it's update 5 or update 4, I'm 100% sure. We're off subject, off topic I should say. So I'll say thank you to all my subscribers, new and old again. So we're still moving in the right direction. I'm getting a lot of positive comments, which is nice, and helpful comments, which is even better. So this is Greg signing off, and I say we'll catch you very soon with another update from the main whippet. So we'll catch you soon.